warm welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Horst Lüning. I'm the senior taster of Whisky.com, and today we taste the Dalwhinnie Distillers Edition, 43% ABV at a cost of €64.90 at Whisky.com. Dalwhinnie Distillers Edition, it's on the market for a very, very long time. The Dalwhinnie, 15 years of age, is part of the classic malts of Scotland, and they appeared around 1989 on the market, and there had been a later successor or addition to the range with the Dalwhinnie Distillers Edition, and this one is a double matured whiskey, means that you have a primary maturation and then a following maturation in different casks for adding more tastes and expression and aromas and everything to that whiskey. And these Distillers Edition are very, very accepted by the market. In this case, we see a second maturation in Oloroso sherry casks, and they had changed the procedure as far as I understood it, that they now have a finishing with rejuvenated ex-American bourbon casks, so American white oak casks, and this Oloroso sherry casks. And some casks have replaced ends with fresh wood, so that there is more transfer into the whiskey from the wood. And this seems to me as if they have relatively slow maturing casks for part of their production, which is then transferred into these high aromatic or high transfer casks for a period of time, at least I think for 6 months. And with this, they add up, with additional maturation, they add up more aromas to the whiskey. And Dalwhinnie is very, very famous because it's one of the distilleries which lie very high in the mountains, and there is the crossing with the motorway going north and some east-west. And there the distillery established itself, and I think this trading post they had up there in the mountains, people met and drank together, and so the place for the distillery wasn't that bad, and they could deliver all their products to the north, south, east, and west. The specialty is it's very cold in winter, and I was there on a Sunday in February 1998 something, and there was fresh snow, and there had been any lorry passing through the distillery, and it was fresh snow everywhere, and the sky was blue, and this one of 1,000 pictures with this beautiful scenery. And this means that in the wintertime it's colder up there, and the whiskey contracts and draws in fresh air, which leads to oxidization of the whiskey, of the not fully oxidized components of the whiskey compounds. And then when it's getting warm in summer, then it presses out the air, and so there's a cycle in it for a better or a more intense maturation. So the Dalwhinnie whiskies appear older than they are, and they have this 15-year-old, so it's a very, very well-matured whiskey. Typical Highland malt, really malt whiskey, and Oloroso sherry, the dark fruitiness, really present. Oops. So here we go. All Dalwhinnie whiskies are bottled at 43% ABV, the regular one as well as the finished one. And this was experimental, decided decades ago when the classic malts of Scotland appeared, and they kept to that. So we have this 43%, which is 3% more than the average entry malt has. And this one has some heather root, some honey sweetness, and this Oloroso fruitiness together with a light nuttiness. And the fruits, not yet what it is, no. And a little spiciness coming up from the back. Yeah. Cheers. This one has more spiciness than the old Distillers Edition, and I think you can distinguish those two by the red writing on the bottom of the label and the card box. And it is quite oily, juicy, a little bit of exotic fruitiness, pineapple, papaya, mango, something like this. And nuts. Yeah, a nuttiness is present. In the aftertaste, there are darker spices like nutmeg, probably cloves, and some leathery influence. And the spiciness of the oak, but after now 1 minute or so, the spiciness vanishes and is a warm, welcoming aftertaste. So this peppery kick in it, that's new. That's really new for me. So this is a successor of the old Dalwhinnie Distillers Edition with fresher, more active casks, bringing more intensity into this malt whiskey. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned. There's more to come.